Our devotional thought from the Old Testament today comes from the book of Genesis in the life of Joseph. Now, whenever you see a word repeated in Scripture again and again and again, learn to highlight that word and recognize God's trying to tell you something. Repetition is a form of teaching. Let's start in chapter 41, verse 37. Joseph's suggestions were well received by Pharaoh and his officials. So Pharaoh asked his officials, "Can we find anyone else like this, so obviously filled with the Spirit of God?" Then Pharaoh said to Joseph, "Since God has revealed the meaning of the dreams to you, clearly no one else is as intelligent or wise as you are. You will be put in charge." Notice the phrase, "in charge of my court, and all my people will take orders from you. Only I, sitting on my throne, will have a higher rank than yours." Pharaoh said to Joseph, "I hereby put you in charge of the entire land of Egypt." All right. So we get the point. Joseph has been placed in charge. But now look at verse 33. Then he had Joseph ride in a chariot reserved for his second in command. And wherever Joseph went, the command was shouted, "Kneel down." So Pharaoh put Joseph in charge of all of Egypt. One of the ways of putting people in charge is to publicly display that you have put your authority on them. A person cannot be in charge of something if people question whether they're really in charge. So Pharaoh made sure publicly, not just privately in the courtyard, but publicly, he made sure everybody knew he was in charge. Now that's a great truth in itself. But now I want you to notice what Joseph did. Verse 45. Then Pharaoh gave Joseph a new Egyptian name, Zephanath-Paneah. He also gave him a wife whose name was Asenath. She was the daughter of Potipharah, the priest of On. So Joseph took charge of the entire land of Egypt. Joseph took charge of the entire land of Egypt. Verse 46. He was 30 years old when he began serving in the court of Pharaoh, the king of Egypt. And when Joseph left Pharaoh's presence, he inspected the entire land of Egypt. Now notice, Joseph was publicly put in charge of Egypt. Joseph was privately in front of the top leadership put in charge of Egypt. But now Joseph has to take charge. And how did he take charge? Okay. Verse 45 says he took charge. How did he take charge? What was his first step in taking charge? And this is all that I want you to see today. His first step in taking charge was to inspect the entire land of Egypt. The first step of taking charge is not to have a party. The first step of taking charge is not to congratulate yourself and have a celebratory time. The first step in taking charge of something is to inspect the whole thing, not a piece of it, the entire land of Egypt. You cannot be in charge of something you do not understand. You cannot be in charge of something that you are ignorant of. Now, beloved, I want to teach you this today. When you are given a promotion and your boss has done things properly, before the other leaders, you have been put in charge, and before everyone publicly, you have been put in charge. Your first step of taking charge is not to go give orders. Your first step of taking charge is to go and inspect everything, to learn as much as you can learn about what you have been put in charge of.